How do I know Andrew Tate is not part of the Illuminati? I would now listen to you.
Good. And here we are. We're saving the world. This is it. Why will no one say it?
You are scamming people.
I sit here and I do not think I've made any mistakes, but I was not scamming people any more than anyone else involved in the industry.
How much money would it take?
Mo, if you're trying to proposition me, it's haram.
When I heard it's like, you'd only have sex for love or money, I was like, how much money would it take?
I can't be bought. Forbes have been in touch to put me on the billionaires list. They're asking for paperwork. I'm like, no, sir, I'm not stupid.
Your dad was a spy?
My father worked for I'm completely loyal because I fix all their problems and I tolerate them and go out with them and deal with all their crap. So I'm very loyal.
I don't think that's
very loyal.
Definition of loyal.
It is. No, but it is. He said it, guys. Listen, cancel him on the internet. No. He'll tell you all about the pressure of being canceled. Cancel him. If they're in my house, it's my house. And I'm the boss. And that's what it's going to be, because my house, I'm the boss. Do it on camera. No, don't do it off camera. Get the board.
We'll do it right after this.
Get the board. Put it here. I'm certainly worth more than $1 billion. Don't worry about my feelings. Don't worry about my feelings. It's fine. I'll just cry after the podcast.
Oh my God. This is a nerve-wracking episode. So guys, welcome back to the podcast. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we have by far the most anticipated episode, and one that I'm really excited about. We have the one, the only Andrew Tate.
Thank you. I like that. That was a very good intro. That was amazing. Especially considering you don't like me. That was a very nice intro. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, you hate me. Don't worry about me and my feelings. It's fine.
For those of you that don't know, I'll do a quick introduction. This is Andrew Tate, the most Google man on earth, the most famous man on earth. He is also a very controversial character. And actually, my sister, I'll say used to, hate him.
You just make it sound so bad.
You do hate. Just be honest.
So basically, I didn't agree with some stuff that you were saying.
We'll talk about it. We'll get into it, guys. But honestly, I was never allowed to meet him until my sister's approval. And finally, we kind of convinced her. And today we have so many things to talk about. And guys, before we get onto the podcast, all right, this takes about 10 seconds. If you are new on the channel, guys, click the subscribe button and turn on the notifications, guys. I know you're going to forget. This is a 2-hour podcast. So just do it right now while you're watching, because we are going to have a part 2. Write down your questions in the description box that you want me to ask. So first of all, how are you doing, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm surviving. I'm good.
How's life been treating you? Because obviously you had the whole fame, the most Googled man on earth, suddenly banned, and just how did you deal with that whole commotion?
I guess for some people it would be devastating to be, the most Googled man in the world, then banned, but then I stayed the most Googled man in the world. So I guess it would have been an emotional roller coaster for some people. But all in all, you just take one day at a time, and there's work to do, and you just stay true to your mission. It's been pretty good. It's been wild, certainly entertaining. When they lie about you at length, like they did for me, especially in mainstream news, when they tell you so many lies that people's sisters randomly hate you for no reason, then I guess that can be a detriment. That can be a problem to deal with. But I understood that the truth will soon come out and people will soon realize that I'm actually a nice guy. And their attempt to destroy me has backfired now, and it's just destroyed their own credibility in the eyes of many people. So I think it's been pretty good in terms of damaging the mainstream media machine. All in all, I'm happy.
You're happy. Surely you must have got affected a little bit. It wasn't there one point where like, you know what, I hate this.
I wouldn't say no. That never ever crossed my mind. I understood that in the pursuit of greatness, there's going to be obstacles and it's going to be difficult. It's kind of like climbing Mount Everest, right? You're halfway up and then a snowstorm comes. Obviously, nobody wants to be in the snowstorm. Obviously, it's uncomfortable, but you have to semi-expect it and you have to get to the top. So all you can do is put one foot in front of the other and keep on going. For me, it was just a matter of making sure that we managed to fall out effectively, which we did. Flip it on its head, which we did. Become more successful in spite of it, which we've done. And there's always work to do. And as long as there's work to do, there's no time to sit around and mope. You just have to get up and fight.
So you talk a lot about the Matrix. They're trapping me. They're attacking me. Who is the Matrix?
The Matrix is have you seen the movie?
I have.
Okay, so in the movie The Matrix, we're in a computer-controlled reality, right? They've projected a false reality into people's minds to entertain them while their bodies are being exploited by the machines. And it's very similar here in the real world. You are inside of a reality which is false. It doesn't necessarily have to be computer controlled, but it's certainly media influenced.
But who controls it?
The people who are behind the media machine, the people who are in charge of the world, which are also behind the governments. And the point I'm making when I say the Matrix is they will tell you false versions of reality. They will tell you things that simply aren't true so that you believe in lies to keep yourself and your mind distracted while your body is being exploited for work. And it's exactly the same thing as the movie itself. We can sit and discuss and go through conspiracy theories of who I believe these people are. But the truth is, you have to understand there's very influential people out there in the world with massive amounts of money, massive amounts of influence.
Yeah.
And they're trying to push certain agendas and ideals on the population because why wouldn't they?
But I kind of want to know, who do you think they
Yeah,
are?
you said you might know. Is that true?
You guys are going to try and get me suicided. You're gonna try and get me in
Because
trouble.
I feel like you know a lot more than we would know
Yeah,
about
it
the whole
sounds
matrix
like.
system. So who do you think is behind it?
Well,
you
I know a lot more than I even say. But let me give you a simple example of it, right? So if you have a company, you have a podcasting business, let's say.
Okay.
If you hire a member of staff who doesn't agree with you and doesn't do as you say and doesn't listen to you, you're going to fire him.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to want people to listen to you because you're in charge and you have influence. So if there's people who print money and they're literally in charge of banks and in charge of governments and they own the world,
Yeah.
whatever they believe, whatever their influence, whatever their worldview is, they want to purport that and propagate that on the population on the planet. And that's what happens where we have these ideas which are very heavily defended, and certain ideas which are not allowed to be discussed, and a false reality which exists in which conversations cannot be open, dialect cannot be open, certain things must be accepted as fact, certain things can't be discussed at all. And this all comes from the top. This is not an accident. This comes from very powerful people trying to push a worldview on the populace.
Do you think Bill Gates is part of the matrix?
I think that Bill Gates is an extremely rich, influential person who certainly has had a role to play in certain agendas across the last few years.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of, you're thinking of it more as a small select room of people who are trying to control their world like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
It could be like that, but it's not like that. What it is you have very influential people with a lot of power, with a lot of resource, who are interested in creating slave minds amongst the general populace because they don't want to upset their very fortunate position in the world.
Yeah.
So there is a genuine and obvious agenda to attack masculinity as a whole, for example. The idea of masculinity, they like the idea of that being attacked. There's also obvious attempts to accelerate certain other ideas, whether, especially in the West, right?
Yeah.
The idea of children changing gender or putting sex in children's movies like Disney, etc. This is not conspiracy theories. This is all very obvious.
Yeah.
People are pushing these agendas, and they're pushing them for a reason. And it's very powerful people who are doing it, and they're trying to destroy the morality and certainly the resolve of the general populace, the general people, because they want to keep their very fortunate positions, and that's what's happening.
So, like, these people, are they like public figures, or they're pretty low key people?
You're still thinking of it as in regards to who the people are, and I understand why you're asking that question. I think you just need to understand that the people who are truly in charge of the world are sitting and saying, what is most advantageous to us?
Yeah.
Is it more advantageous to us if people are semi-depressed, self-obsessed, selfish, don't care about their neighbor, have no morality, atheistic, and will absorb anything they're told without any kind of resistance? Or is it better for us if they think for themselves and they're critically thinking and they believe in religion and they want to do good to God? And the truth is, in the West at least, it's the first answer to the things they're interested in. And I don't think these people are publicly known. I don't think they're well known. No, I think there's families that have been in charge of the world for a very long time.
And they put like faces up front so they don't
Puppets.
They put puppets in front completely. And these people are beyond money. Like even during the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of people were saying, oh, I agree, Andrew, it's all a scam. They're doing it for money. And I said, no, that's a very optimistic way to look at the world. They're not doing it for money. These people are beyond money.